What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and we had a interesting revelation come to light the other day. Possibly come to light. I'll be nice and say, hey, it's a possibility, but I firmly believe that this is all true, to be quite honest with you, and it's too good to be true as well as that. But what am I talking about? Well, report HBO and Max executives created an army of troll accounts to target critics of their movies and television shows' weaponized identity politics. I'm not shocked by this at all. Now, that's to say, if this accusation is true, it comes from apparently there's a lawsuit going on between a former, I don't know if he was an executive or an employee, who was bullied because he told them about a mental impairment, I guess, and this all came to light because he got terminated because of all that, is what my perception is. But because of that, we now have some interesting back and forth that points to a possibility that executives are doing this. And the reason it doesn't shock me is because we know, for example, Disney Star Wars, the writer's room, individuals that worked at Disney Star Wars signed off on a project called Rewriting Ripley, which targeted YouTubers, which went after YouTubers, connected them to Steve Bannon and everything like that, just outright slandered YouTubers. Their data was flawed and everything, but that was promoted and worked on by Disney Star Wars executives. So it doesn't shock me that HBO executives are doing this. This actually, honestly, I firmly believe it, but let's get into it right here. This new report comes from Cheyenne Roundtree at Rolling Stone, who claims that the individuals are Casey Bloys and Kathleen McCarthy. Bloys and McCarthy discussed what they called a secret army to fire back at several TV critics on Twitter, now known as X, as well as announce commenters and on articles about HBO programming, according to text exchange reviewed by Rolling Stone. Roundtree details that the executives trolled television critics with snarky responses from a fake Twitter account and dropping pro-HBO comments on trade publication stories such as Deadline. According to the Rolling Stones report, the documents they reviewed, which include text exchange between Bloys and McCarthy, are a part of a lawsuit by former HBO staffer Soli Termai that accused HBO of harassing and retaliating against him after disclosing a mental health diagnosis. Now, I don't know what's all going on there. Okay, that is something that we do have to take into account while talking about this. Like, hey, you know, the dude is dealing with this. He is dealing with a lawsuit, but interesting stuff can come out of these lawsuits. And I kind of lean on the side that this is probably accurate. I don't think this Temeroy guy has his hands perfectly clean either, but I don't doubt that it's just these individuals, though, that are doing this. I think there's several HBO executives going around and doing this, but let's continue on. In the lawsuit, Temeroy alleges he created fake online accounts to respond to critics. Allegedly, McCarthy came to Temeroy and informed him, Bloys always texts me asking me to find friends to reply. Is there a way to create a dummy account that can't be traced to us to do his bidding? And yes, there can. The dummy accounts exist. We know about dummy accounts. There's tons of dummy accounts. We know about Stan accounts, for instance, accounts that have hundreds of followers, but barely any real interaction. We know these accounts exist. We have seen these accounts. These accounts have been kind of getting weeded out and everything, but we know those things exist. So now it kind of looks like, and you see these accounts all the time. Whenever a new episode of Loki drops, Ahsoka, any show drops, it sort of happens actually with Robin Hood, even from that the UK place. It happens all the time. It happened during Batwhamens, but none of these things were actually replicated in viewership and stuff. So you had stans on Twitter that weren't actually watching it, probably pirating it, that were tweeting about it, saying how awesome and great it is, getting interaction, but at the same time, like, the interaction were coming from bot accounts. So it doesn't shock me that possibly some of these bot accounts were run by executives trying to say that these shows were good and going after people. Does not shock me whatsoever. Tim Roy's lawyer, Michael Martinez, informed the outlet, first and foremost, I think this lawsuit is about HBO's culture and how it fosters a dynamic of ongoing harassment and discrimination in the workplace. That, well, I have no idea about that, but okay. He added, they joke about people outside of HBO. They joke about people within HBO. You suffer through some bullying until you can't suffer anymore. Now, I don't like the whole bullying thing or anything like that. Like, you need to grow a thicker skin. Bullies are just annoying and they're going to always exist. What this does say, though, is that these people are willing to go after fans, after critics, after people that don't like what's being put out. These people are willing to get down and dirty and drag you through the mud and just go after you because you don't like something that they're putting out. Yeah, doesn't shock me, because this is how Hollywood has been run. It doesn't shock me that HBO has it. I'm willing to bet every company has this. But let's continue on. Interesting, one of the troll accounts created by Tim Roy used identity politics to lampoon critics. Now, yes, they do, but I'm going to go to the actual exchange here, because it starts here. Alan, because they end up mentioning this other individual, Ewan Hale, I believe it's this person. Alan Spinwell. We'll go through a few of these, shall we? So we got Alan Spinwell. HBO's hashtag The Nevers should have been Joss Whedon's triumphant return to television. Instead, it was very messy for both creative reasons and an accumulation of real-world allegations against its creator. My review at Rolling Stone. You then get, and hey, here I'll say it. There is a interesting spot that Rolling Stone is picking this out themselves, considering this is one of their critics and this is a Rolling Stone article. But we gotta point that out. We got Kelly Shepard here. Alan is always predictable, safe, and scared in his opinions. We come over to this individual. Now, if this individual exists, do not harass or do not go after or do not do anything like that, because this person could very easily be real. But it is interesting that they joined in April of 2021. This tweet was made April of 2021, so yeah, it's been around. But joined April of 2021, 1 follower, 28 followings. She, her, mom, Texan, herbalist, aromatherapist, vegan. Kelly Shepard, but you know everything about this guy already. Okay, that's interesting. We move on. Adam Sternberg. Question: if they are called The Touched, why is the show called The Nevers? Seems like it should have been called The Touched. A dumb little thing, but Kelly Shepard responds. Answer: don't get your panties in a bunch. The show just started. She also responds again to another individual. I don't know who this person is, but how shocking that 2 middle-aged white men, you and Hale, are shitting on a show about women. We come down here to Alan Spinwell again, the Rolling Stone individual. Kate Winslet stars in HBO's hashtag Mayor of Easttown, a grim crime drama with echoes for good or ill of Broadchurch. Broadchurch? I think I got that. Happy Valley, True Detective, and more. My review here. And you get the same thing. Alan missed on Succession and totally misses her because he is busy virtue signaling. Wow, interesting there. Interesting. I'll say, like, these aren't definitive. We only have accusations right now, but we're going to continue down this path because I do find this interesting, because now we got some other areas, and these looks like areas of possible articles that get responded to. But HBO becomes a joke as soon as Lambert left. The current group are idiots. Blogs is a cocky, useless puppet who has no sense. Orsi is dumb as a rock. Annie is nice but clueless. Anonymous. Hi, David Levine. HBO seems just fine, thanks. You get a few of these, and you get another one. These aren't as bad. I'm pretty sure there's worse examples out there if there are more. But it does seem interesting that you're getting this stuff working around, doesn't it? Doesn't it seem just a little coincidental? But as we move on, we also have an HBO spokesperson informed Rolling Stone it would not comment on selective exchanges between programmers and errant tweets. Another statement from HBO spokesman informed the outlet regarding the lawsuit that it intends to vigorously defend against Mr. Timuri's allegations. We look forward to a full and fair resolution of this dispute. In the meantime, we wish Mr. Timuri and former HBO employee well in his future endeavors. Now, that's just your usual corporate stuff, but I do want to come down to here, and I'm going to pull up Data Racer's thing here. Come on, it's stupid Twitter. Here, we'll do it this way. Should be able to just clear. Obviously not. Okay, we'll just do it on here. So this is a tweet from Data Racer, and it addresses a critic that used to work for did stuff on Rotten Tomatoes, and they say something interesting and fun. I'm gonna make sure my audio's on, and I do love this. This is from the Sci-Fi Wire podcast, and just listen to what the guy has to say.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to, look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, we're turning what? Like a movie
in the sense that, I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie. Or an actor behaved a sort of way, and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review,
right.
Next gig.
So to some degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote-unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
Interesting, right? Because we have evidence of this. We have evidence of Rotten Tomatoes outright changing their reviews. We have evidence. We call these people the access media. They're not being honest. They're saying what they need to say in order to get more access. And sometimes it's just a pat on the back and saying that, hey, you're a good dude. You're an awesome dude. You did just fine there, little Timmy. But yeah, they have no real reputation here. They're willing to sacrifice everything that they hold dear just for a little nibble at that supposed beautiful pie. Oh, it's wonderful. And that does also come to our latest endeavor. And I've already done a video on this, and I've talked about her other responses on stream. But Gina Carano also pointed out that this happened to her. She mentioned that, and this came from Kathleen Kennedy, and this also goes back to my original point that we knew Star Wars did this. We now have allegations that HBO was doing this, so it doesn't shock me that any of this is real. But remember here, and I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but KK demands YouTube get censored off of YouTube for sharing the laughing at your tweets. Down option because of the ratio. Then she'll have her publicist ghouls make sure Variety and Hollywood Reporter run hit piece about South Park creators and all their families, smearing their names through every useful idiot she has under her thumb who would sell their soul to work for Lucasfilm. That's what these people are willing to do. That's what these creators are willing to do. They're willing to go out, these executives, these people that are just, they defend their product, they go after real criticism, they attack every little person tooth and nail, and if you don't like their product, you are a bad person. You are a bigot, you are a transphobe, you are all the names in the book. These are the people we are dealing with. These people have no soul. These people are willing to sell out their own grandma for $1. That's what we have here. But let me get your guys' thoughts on it down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And please check out coffeebrandcoffee.com. What's going on, guys? Listen, I don't know about you, but I like to indulge in some of the liquids of fun times, okay? And oftentimes I wake up the next day with a headache and stuff like that. And to be honest, the only way that truly helps cure these morning blues, as I would call them, would be coffee. And you know who puts out good coffee, guys? Coffeebrandcoffee.com. Listen, Coffee Brand Coffee is an American-based company. It was founded by the Quartering. He's going out there. He just wants to sell you coffee. He doesn't want to sell you a political opinion. He doesn't care what your politicals are. He doesn't even care what your cultural opinions are, okay? He just wants to come out here and sell good American coffee sourced here in the States. It It is all fantastic and amazing. You have 4,000 verified reviews. Most of them are 5-star, 4-star. People are loving this, and I don't blame them, because when you take a look at some of these flavors, you got bourbon flavored coffee. God dang, that sounds amazing. You got gunpowder green tea. I like the boom boom sticks, and I want to know what's going on right there. And when I drink CoCo, I haven't drank it in a while due to the keto diet, trying to lose some weight. But when I do drink CoCo or anything like that, I like some sweetness, I like some richness, and I like some enjoyability in my CoCo. That's why I'm taking a look over here at this rich caramel CoCo. I mean, just think of how amazing it is. And guys, if you go to Coffee Brand Coffee, which links will be in the description down below, you can use coupon code BACKTACO, one word, BACKTACO, and you can get 10% off your purchase. That's coffeebrandcoffee.com, coupon code BACKTACO.